Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to take a quick time to tell you about something very important, I think, and it's really that we're heading towards a very big breakthrough or breakdown, depending on what it is that you really need. However, the new moon that actually occurred earlier this month is going to come to a culmination point. And maybe there's some topics that's going on in this Mercury retrograde that has now moved from Virgo. I think that it was at 0 degrees, so we're probably heading into 29 degrees of Leo at this very moment as we're speaking. And that expect something in your life that you've been hoping for and believing for. And so at first, when I was actually studying for this, I was like, okay, well, something usual, and I'm just thinking about myself. I'm thinking about the fact that, that it's happening. That new moon is that full moon is happening in Aquarius in my second house of like values and self-worth and different things like that. But Uranus at 27 degrees in Taurus at the moment. It's actually my fifth house of love, romance, and very big creativity. And so there's a few things that could really pop for me here, but I'm not really sure. But I'm doing my best. Also, the time is right for something unbreakable. I wanted to say that what really inspired me when I was doing this is thinking about that story, first of all. Just being completely inspired by the fact that a big breakthrough can occur, because that 27 degree just being right there, giving that direct impact, is so huge that people are not even realizing that this could be the ending moment or the beginning moment of their life, and they will have to track it back. But Uranus is a kind of thing that that does in steps. But that moment, that thing changes, where that lightning strikes. And they say that when Uranus comes, it actually is here to break us through to a higher consciousness for the good of others. And so it's not always destructive, and it doesn't always have to look that way. But it is quite a destruction to the environment at the time and everything else that's in it while you're being transported. I've definitely been a recipient of that Uranus energy. Back in 2007, I've had to leave the Pentecostal church behind. Just because of the fact that I just felt as though I should be taking my own journey into my own hands, and I reached a point to where there was really nothing else that they could give me as a person for my journey. But I was very thankful for the background, and one of the things that really stuck out to me today was, I don't know why this story jumped out to me, and it was a parable that Jesus told about the 10 virgins, and at how within that whole entire scripture in the book of Matthew was that on that judgment day, because the judgment card in the tarot deck has been actually for almost a week now been appearing into different things that I've just been involved with and with other people, and they always pop out that judgment is near. Judgment is here. Not that judgment is near, it is here. And we are going to be this we're going to be witnessing this, and I don't want anyone to miss it. But the whole point of the virgins here was to say that the reason for the 5 virgins that actually had enough oil for the lamp to take them, because the groom was late, and they had all fell asleep, but some of them, 5 of them, had extra oil. When the groom finally showed up, the 5 virgins who had fallen asleep hadn't any extra oil, because they didn't anticipate that it was going to be such a long wait before the groom comes and they can go in. But as soon as the groom came, because it was late, there was no time, and they had gone into the party and shut the door. As you can see, we are in a time that we are counting down, and it's not enough time for someone to gather all the pieces at this point in this last 4 days. But this next 4 days is that we're in a rest. And if you want to think about this 4 days as the 4 of Swords, the 4 of Swords is actually a rest. And so when the Five of Swords come up, there's a challenge once more, but that's probably where we're at. Anyways, going into this, letting you know that it is time for you to keep believing for your miracle, even though it doesn't make any sense. As you can see, the groom was late, and 10 of those brides or virgins were having to make different things. The year 2024 has been a different year for a lot of people, a lot of different setbacks. Things may not have gone and kicked off just the way that they were supposed to for many of us. But as we can see here, just like we've had big switch ups here in our political ways, that even then on the 21st, when Uranus had first actually square a planet there, you could see that Joe Biden had decided in that split second to change his mind about where it is that he was. And now what do we see? Something brand new coming into our life. Being bitten up here by all kinds of things. Anyways, my preaching, sorry about that, but I want to let you know that the doors will be shut to our miracles, possibly. I don't know everything, but just know that when the groom did appear, the door did shut and there were 5 people left out. There's a big separation because we're going to be leaving people behind when this new door opens. And many of the people who didn't do the work over the last couple of years of actually knowing where they are in their psychological selves to make themselves ready for this moment are not here at all. They're not coherent. They're not really wanting to do the changes. And so now what do we see? We see that this thing is about to occur. With Uranus, we never know where it is, who it is, and what it is. All we know is we're breaking through. And we will. And if I had to pick a song to do anything and everything that tied everything, it was When You Believe. It was a song that was sang by, of course, Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. And even though that I've used that song so many times to have this breakthrough, it was this morning when I was listening to it again that it renewed myself one more time. And it was actually not Whitney Houston's part, it's Mariah Carey's part. And it was like, but we are not afraid, although there's so much to fear. I think that's Whitney Houston's part. But anyways, I'll find the Mariah Carey part. But either way, that song had much more meaning and much more significance in these next 4 days of our lives as we count down to what would be possibly the biggest breakthrough that we're about to occur. Have a good one, everyone. I hope you have a restful weekend, and I hope that when this all occurs, that you're on the other side of some amazing miracle that has dropped in your lap, and not because of luck, but because you've been doing the work piece by piece by piece by piece. And that was the whole thing about these virgins, these 5 virgins. It's about the fact that they just have done the work these times so that the Spirit could actually have just taken them through this long journey before this thing would happen. I want to say congratulations to all the people that are about to receive their miracle. I definitely hope I'm one of those recipients. Just being able to just be on the track towards my goals and my dreams and the kind of life that I really want for myself. I wish you all the best.